Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I am going to do a 16 by 20 canvas today, and I'm going to use Arteza paints. I haven't used them in a while and I do love them. So I am going to use them today and hopefully do something really pretty. I was inspired by one of the ladies in my Facebook group that did a really pretty smashing of flowers with a plastic bag, and I think that was inspired by someone else on YouTube, and I saw it and I thought, that's so pretty, I'll just try my own version. It's never, everybody's take is always going to be a little bit different. So I am using the following colors: phthalo green mixed with emerald green, lemon yellow, scarlet red mixed with some phthalo blue. Then I have phthalo blue here, cobalt blue, which is a lot brighter, and it looks like the same pouches, but this one is a brand called Abstract by Sennelier. I think it's French. Bright yellow green and metallic gold. So those are the Arteza colors I'm using. And I'm going to add about 1.5 parts of Oatrol Easy Flow to the 1 part paint, because Arteza paints are so strong you can actually use less of them. So I'm going to use a little bit more Oatrol and then a good amount of water. So Oatrol Easy Flow, they graciously give me free product, and I am using that for people that don't live in the US and it's harder to get Floetrol. This is a fabulous option, and I actually prefer it over Floetrol. It self-levels better, it's a little bit more of a satin finish. I just like it a lot better. So I'm putting about 1.5 parts of Oatrol to 1 part paint. So going a little bit more with my Oatrol, or if I were doing Floetrol, I would use more Floetrol. And I will be adding water because Arteza paints are very thick and rich and creamy, so I'm going to fast forward through all of this, but you'll see me adding water to thin it down as I go. Okay, so this is a 16 by 20 canvas. Get it zoomed out so you can see all the edges, and I'm going to lay down a white base coat. This is Artist Loft Flow Acrylic in white, mixed 1:1 with Oatrol. I'm going to use my Wilton icing fondant spreader that's under my video in the Amazon link recommendations. I have hundreds of products down there that I use, from paint to Floetrol to everything, puppy pads, everything imaginable that I pour on, butcher paper, everything. All right, So we're ready to get started here. I've got my plastic bag. It's just like a Ziploc bag. It's got some air in it, so I'm using it instead of a balloon. It's got a little bit more give to it. And I want to kind of do, the way she did hers was really pretty. It was kind of in a corner. So I may even do across the bottom and up the corners a little bit. So it was kind of like puddles, and I did not add OGX or silicone to these. So it's just straight paint and Oatrol and water. I don't really want cells. And let's see, we'll do a little red. A little lighter blue. Then we'll go back to the lighter blue on top of the red here. I don't even know if this is really the way they did it. I'm just kind of thinking it's a little bit the way they did it, but it's probably not. So it may not end up doing anything like I expect it to. I want just a little bit of yellow, and I actually put a little red in it to warm it up a bit because it was a little bit too bright when I was mixing it. So I wanted to tone it down, warm it up just a bit. So I'm not quite centering it, but just kind of adding puddles. And then I've got the metallic gold. So quite a bit of paint, and I probably have too much paint as well. This is one of these things you just don't know until you do it. And I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of the green around, but I don't want much because I got different plans for the green. If this works out the way I envision it, which I don't really have a vision, I just think it's going to look a certain way, and it may not. Shoot, I may even throw a little bit of green, just a drip of green here or there in the flower. Maybe a little bit of this. It's kind of a teal blue-green. It's not really a dark green. Okay. I am going to take my squeeze bottle that has the white in it and just add a little squirt of white to, I don't know. So now I'm going to smash. I'm going to add a little bit more air to this bag. It's kind of deflated over time as I was mixing. All right. So I'm going to just kind of press it down, and it probably has too much paint, but here we go. That's not too bad. I am going to wipe it off. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty pretty. Maybe I won't wipe all of it off. Too much paint. I got too much paint in general, but it's still pretty. That is gorgeous. I bought a pack of photo paper. So I'm going to lay this down I'll zoom out. I don't know if that way you can see what I'm doing with the photo paper. But I'm gonna stamp this on the photo paper just to see what it looks like. See, my bag is running out of air. I gotta add more air. Just too much paint. Don't really want to mess that up, so I think I'm going to leave it. Take out that speck. If you have unwanted color that's dripped, you just put your finger in, except for my fingers are dirty. I'm going to zoom back in a bit. I think I'm going to take a straw. Kind of don't want that right there. So I'm going to lift that out. Put some white back on there. So if I'd have used less paint, this might have been really kind of successful. But I want to add some leaves. So I'm going to do I'm going to put a little drop of yellow, but not a lot. I think I want just a bit of the deeper blue on this end of the green puddle, because I have something in mind. We'll see how it looks. I got my bigger palette knife. I had my smaller one, which I think I could still use. Maybe I can. You gotta make sure it's clean. So I'm gonna do about half of that. barely touching. So I'm taking half of the puddle. And this is not going to have cells in it because I don't have silicone in it. So maybe I'll just do one and see how, one swipe. It's pretty colors together, pretty. Pushed down too far right there, so I'm just kind of moving my paint around a bit. I can always dip back in the color and add some if I have to. I can even take this little puddle right there, put some limier green, touch of blue, and I can take it and kind of maneuver it a bit and then make them look like they're coming from the flowers. So, okay, now I'm going to do some more. Just have them going in different directions. Maybe just even going off the canvas a little bit. These I left a little bit on the thicker side. They're not like super fluidy. I'm going to put a little bit of metallic gold in these. Just to give it some shimmer. Okay, so I'm going to like take this one and go that way. So I got the white there and it went over the colors. So I'm adding my colors back. And I'm just going to re-go over it just a little bit to make it more powerful in color. I'm lifting off as I get to the edge of the leaf pattern. See, I got the white there again. So I'm going to do that one over. Darker green, some of that blue, the lime. And some of that bright yellow. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of the colors down in this corner, in this corner. Let's see, and I want this one to have a stem that comes back around. So they make sense, you know, like they're originating from somewhere. Got a little splash here I'm going to lift out with my finger. Then I got to put a little paint back where I lifted that off. Okay, so I've got like a pointy skewer, and I'm going to just try to direct some of the petal designs inward so that it kind of makes a little bit more sense. Doesn't have to be perfection, but it helps with the illusion of petals. This one's kind of all over the place, so I don't know that I can really help it, but it's got some beautiful colors going on. Love this color here, but I want to change that up a bit. So it's kind of wild and floral and kind of busy, and it doesn't look anything like the inspiration picture that I saw, so no worries about copying anybody because it does not look like anybody else's. And that's usually what happens when you try to, you know, repeat what somebody else has done. You usually do not get the same results because you're using different paints, you're in a different environment, different thicknesses of paint, you name it. There's just lots of variables. I am going to redo the color a little stronger down here. So I think I'm going to stick with this, but I'm going to take my white squeeze bottle and put a few dots here and there, not everywhere. And I've got some gold in a bottle that's not metallic gold, but it's the gold color. I'm going to put a little tiny drop on the white to kind of tone it down. I'm trying to decide. See, the white and the gold kind of bled out, but that's okay. I can deal with that. This is so vibrant in color. That's the one thing that I just love about Arteza. I'm going to bring this up to you. I don't know if you can see the metallic gold, the shimmer or not. But I love the vibrancy of the colors. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel below. Click on the bell if you want to get notifications. Check out all the links below the video where it says show more. You can contribute there on PayPal. You can join Patreon. You can go to Amazon and check out all the links. There's lots of good options down there below. So I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.